guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having a really great day. It is snowy outside. It is so cold, so I'm all bundled up. But today I wanted to do a girl talk on birth control. I know this is a pretty controversial subject, so let's just be open and not like hate on each other and just respect each other's opinions if anything gets like fired up in the comments. But this is going to be basically my view on it, and or like if you want to ask your mom to go on it for several reasons, not just sex. So yeah, here we go. Let me just say before I start this that I'm not like a gynecologist or anything like that, so I'm not like a professional in that department, but I just want to give you guys my advice. Obviously, I'm a girl. I know what it's like to be nervous about it or be confused. And yeah, I'm just going to talk about kind of like my experience with it, how I came up to talk to my mom about it, and all that jazz. So a while back, I currently do not take birth control because I did not like the effects on my body with it, but I'll explain that later on. So the reason why I wanted to start birth control is a while back when I started my freshman year of college, my skin was extremely bad. It was due to hormones. It was like a hormone imbalance in my skin that was causing these really severe and painful breakouts. And then I was just really irritated. I went to a dermatologist about it, and she actually did recommend birth control as another way to prevent acne, and I don't know what it does necessarily. I think it just deals with balancing your hormones. So if you guys are going to get birth control for your acne, just explain to your mom or whoever you want to talk to about it, and do a little bit of research and just prove how it will help your acne. I feel like when you tell someone older who isn't very understanding, I guess you could say, they might just think that you want birth control for sex, and sex isn't really a bad thing as long as you're being safe and mature about it. Another thing is if you're asking to go on birth control for the reason of sex, it shouldn't be a bad thing. If anything, and you're like, hopefully, I hope that you're over the age of like 16 or 17 at least, because I feel like you're not old enough to make those decisions for yourself. But if you are wanting to partake in that and you want to go on birth control for that reason, asking an older person or an authority figure to start that isn't really a bad thing, because you're actually showing maturity and that you want to be responsible in your sexual health. And I know this sounds like sex ed right now, but I'm just saying, if you are nervous about asking about going on birth control or just asking in general like what it does, you shouldn't be nervous, because you're just really trying to be mature in your life and looking at all the possibilities that could happen. And pregnancy definitely is something that can happen, and with taking birth control you are going to lower your risk of getting pregnant. That's why it's called birth control. So the kind of birth control I was on the lowest dosage. It was, I believe it was the pill, and it was like minestrone or something like that. I'll like show a picture right here. But so I first took it and I didn't really notice a change at all. But I'm one of those people who likes to be really natural with like the things I eat or like do for my body, and I really didn't like the fact of going on birth control. If anything, I was really like standoffish towards it. However, I will say it did wonders for my skin. It cleared up my skin so much, and it makes your period lighter. So if you guys are dealing with heavy periods, that's another reason why to go on birth control. I'm not necessarily like advocating like go on birth control, it's the best thing ever, but I'm just saying like it does help with certain things. Now on the negative side for me with the pill is it hurt my chest, it made my boobs hurt really bad, and I know we're getting personal, guys, but it just hurt. It felt as if I got a boob job, and I am an A cup. And for me to feel that way is very strange. It didn't necessarily make them bigger, but it made them painful. And being a runner and being a gymnast, that was not something I wanted to deal with. So eventually I decided to discontinue with the use of birth control. I used it for a few months, and it was great because it did clear my skin a lot. And then after getting off of birth control, my skin was acting up again, and then I just went on a antibacterial pill for my skin. But yeah, if you guys are wanting to do birth control for your skin, I would recommend it for that. Now, there are several different types of birth control. I am not really aware of how they work. Well, I have an understanding of how they work and stuff like that, but I've never used them, so I can't really tell you my experience with that. But overall, I would just say, if you guys are wanting to go on birth control, and let's say you want your mother's permission, or whoever's taking care of you to get their permission, you should definitely do some research. There's so many sources out there for you to look at. I really recommend going on the lowest dosage, just because I don't feel like you should be pumping your body up with tons of hormones and things that are going to alter it too much, because I feel like your body is very special and you shouldn't really be beating it up so much with all these like weird things. And I'm not saying birth control isn't natural, it is using natural hormones found in your body. Currently, I would not want to go on birth control again. Now, personally, today I don't want to go on birth control just because I don't like the effects it had on my body. You guys might have had a different experience or have never experienced it at all. Just realize everyone's body handles different medications differently, but definitely if you guys are having skin problems, I would consider that. And then if you're just trying to be a responsible person in your sex life, birth control is not a bad thing. It's not like an abortion pill. Like I said, you need to do research, do lots of scientific research. You don't want to just be taking a pill and not knowing the consequences or what it's necessarily doing to your body. So down below I'm going to post a bunch of links on that. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm just trying to tell you guys my experience with birth control, and if you want to ask your mom or sister or anyone about it, just try to keep an open mind. It is a very heated topic, so you need to keep that in mind. But if you're focused on the reason why you want birth control, there's no need for you to not go for it. It is your body, it is your decision to do it or not do it. It's all up to you, and yeah, that's just kind of my experience and my kind of look on birth control. I know it's very controversial. I used to be very against it, but now I'm kind of for it, even though I'm not taking it. I feel like you do have the choice to do what you want with your body, especially if it's going to be a preventative thing and a mature decision for you to make, and not necessarily just sex-wise, just more of like, your periods are extremely painful and I know what that's like, and your skin's really bad and I know what that's like too. So I mean, you don't have to suffer with all these other things in life if you can take like a hormone, kind of balance things out in your body. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful for you guys and you enjoyed it. I will see you in my next video, and please request the next girl talk. I will see you guys later. Bye everyone.